Yay!
Hey.
So this week on Off the Record B-Side Top 10, we're going to be looking at our favorite Canadian songs of all time. We're going to do our favorite Canadian top 10s, of which we don't know the order of each other's, but we know the songs. We're also going to pick what we think is the greatest Canadian album of all time, and also what the most ultimate, iconic Canadian tune of all time is.
Got it. Okay, so these songs have to be performed by a Canadian. And they also have to be written 80% at least by Canadians or a Canadian. So super Canadian, lots of Canadian. Get it?
So remember, because how could you forget this? Nikki and I have very different opinions on music. We both love music a lot, but our opinions are the opposite ends. And that's what makes our show really unique and special.
So let's get started with our top 10. And Bill, why don't you just tell me what's coming in at about number 10 for you?
Okay, so coming in at my number 10 is a band called Winter Sleep with a song called Weighty Ghost, and they are from Halifax, Nova Scotia. It's kind of a gothy maritime thing. It's got the little, the really cool drums and the cool kind of almost like a polka thing, but slowed down in the background. I love the lyrics. Cool song.
I love this song. I always loved this song. I didn't know it was Canadian. So
I know.
Yeah. And of course it makes sense because it is. It's really East Coasty, for sure.
It's really East Coasty.
Coming in at my number 10 is Brand Van 3000, Drinking in LA. So it's from their album Glee, and they did it in 97, and everybody knows this, I'm sure. It's sort of trip hop, electric sort of ambiance, indie rock. Anyway, it's fun, it's cool, it's hip. It kind of stands up to the test of time. And it's really produced, which I don't usually like, but I really like it because maybe it's such a cool vibe. Like,
Yeah.
What the hell am I doing?
This was a weird one on your list for you, I thought.
Yeah, but I love that song, actually. It's crazy.
Yeah. I love that song, too.
Yeah.
Okay, my number 9 is by a Toronto band called Metric and a song called Combat Baby. This song to me is an awesome pop song, but kind of edgy at the same time. I love the way it starts with the little tiny drum machine, sort of kicks the whole song in. It reminds me of a really, really good Blondie song, like if they put something out like that. I love the lyrics to this just because it's kind of, hey, you're in a relationship and it's crazy and it's exciting, but it's also depressing and awful because there's so much turmoil. So you want something really smooth, and this is boring. But what choices do you have? You have the boring or you have the crazy and the depressed, right? Yeah. So I just think it's a really fun song.
My number 9 is Joni Mitchell, and it's Both Sides Now. So everybody must know that song. Like,
of course.
You really don't know that song. Anyway, she was really, a pioneer of the singer-songwriter era, like so long ago. She's Canadian born, obviously, but she really broke into America. So she was like Canadian born, but then became very like American, and on purpose, I'm sure. But she's still great, and people really respect her. And I feel like her songs are always like, and this song too, like a kind of feminine intimacy, kind of laid bare. Like it's very intimate. Her voice is so. This is from her era of high voiciness, but it's such an amazing song. Both Sides Now, like I've looked at life from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions. It's life illusions. I recall. I really don't know life at all. Like what a great song.
My number 8 is by a band called Death from Above 1979, and it's a song called Romantic Rights. And I don't know, did you remember this band, Nikki?
No.
You didn't, eh? So late 90s, early 2000, when the White Stripes and the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, they were kind of the Canadian version, bass player and a drummer. And they had a couple of hits, indie hits, obviously. And this whole album, You're a Woman, I'm a Machine, awesome album, but kind of like the White Stripes, you got to be in a mood to hear music like that. because it's all the same all the way through, but it's a great album. And then I think they broke up right after that and then came back maybe 5 years later. But that album was such a moment in time. But yeah, I really like that guy's voice. It just sounds really big and fresh, his voice. And I love watching him play drums and sing like that. I think how hard is that to do?
My number 8 song is by Tragically Hip. And I was just going to say the hip. And it's Wheat Kings from their album Fully Completely. And that's, Gord Downey and Johnny Faye and Paul Langlois and Gord Sinclair and Rob Baker. And they all met in high school. They're from Kingston. But Wheat Kings is actually like the beautiful part and the most Canadian part of like this band is that everything's a Canadian reference. So all of their songs, there's Bob Cajun is one of their songs, and the Wheat Kings were actually a hockey team from Saskatchewan, which is kind of cool. This song is kind of beautiful to me. I just really love it. It's so... Oh, you hear the rusty breezes pushing around the weather vane Jesus. Like, he's just got the most amazing lyrics. It's... I love all their songs. I love this song a lot. It's so haunting to me. And I kind of think that the Hip are kind of like the 90s version of REM, but Canadian.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, that was the other one I thought was going to be your number one.
Oh.
I'm so off. My number 7 is by Sarah McLachlan, and she is from Halifax, Nova Scotia, and the song called Sweet Surrender. I was going to pick, there was a few Sarah McLachlans I was back and forth. I'm not a huge Sarah McLachlan, but I do like a lot of the singles, mostly. This one, probably my favorite. This one and Building a Mystery, my favorites. I love the echoey guitar that goes through this song. I like her vocals are amazing. Her backing vocals are amazing. And I like the whole idea of the song about sort of, the idea is that you give up for something. You're so down on your luck. You're so down about something. You've got to find something to hang on to, whether it's a person or something else, but you just sort of give into that.
Number 7 for me is Katie Lang doing Alleluia. So that's Canadian on a Canadian.
That is.
Which I really like. I mean, that really probably should have been my most iconic Canadian song. Written by Leonard Cohen, of course. And originally, she fronted the Reclines, which was a Patsy Cline cover band. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Yeah. We've talked about, I think Alleluia has been on my list before because I like Jeff Buckley's version a lot, but she is got a beautiful version too.
Okay. My number 6 is by a Toronto-based artist named Peaches, and it's a song called Shake Your Dix, D-I-X, just in case I get bleeped. So Peaches is sort of like this experimental, feminist, queer punk icon, I guess you'd call her. She's always been kind of outrageous and makes her own music a lot of the time, as you can probably tell just listening to this song. This song's all about sort of switching things up, like women doing what men do, men doing what women do whatever you want, but take charge. It's more about women taking charge, I think, than anything. But to me, this song's just really fun. It just sounds like weird John Waters kind of movie song. And I love a lot of Peaches, but this was the one she sort of wrote herself. So this is why I picked it.
Oh, I thought I'd never really heard her ever before. And she is edgy. Yeah. Like, holy mackerel. Like some of the stuff I was like, ah! Number 6 for me was Bare Naked Ladies, Lovers in a Dangerous Time. These guys are from Scarborough. I'm sure everybody knows who they are. Super pop, 90s, 2000s. Deeply quirky, I would say. Kind of sentimental. Ed Robinson, Stephen Page both sang. They met, I think, in high school in Scarborough. And this song is written by Bruce Cockburn, so also Canadian, so also deeply Canadian song. And I think, actually, even though I don't love Bruce Cockburn to listen to, I really think he's a great lyricist, sort of like Leonard Cohen. in this song, I love Stephen Page's voice so much. These fragile bodies of touch and taste. I like the way he sings it. That weird sort of song. I can't even really do it, but I know not everybody likes it. I love it. I like a weird voice, you know.
Yeah. I don't like Stephen Page's voice. That's always been my problem. It sounds like he's going to throw up, like Andy Partridge from XTC. But I do like when they harmonize. It's nice. Yeah. And it was a nice version. Very, very kind of East Coasty too, that version. Okay. My number 5 is by a band from Montreal called Wolf Parade, and it's a song called I'll Believe in Anything. I've just recently heard this song and didn't even know really. I mean, I think I remember Wolf Parade way back when, but not really. And I certainly didn't remember this song because I love this song. When I first heard it, I thought it was TV on the Radio, which is a British band I really like because they both kind of sing that way. I like this song. It's about whatever happens in the world, as long as we have each other, we can get through it. I'll take all the hits for you. What's the line here? I could take another hit for you. I could take away what's assaulting you. Just really love this song. It took a while to grow on me because if you read the lyrics are really cool and it sort of helps you get through the craziness of the song. And it's also the song at the end of Heated Rivalry episode 5 where they do the big dramatic thing at the end. And it's become sort of infamous now at this point. It's from Spotify, gone from no views at all to, I think it's gone up 3,000% on Spotify since it's become this, I don't know, enigma of a song in that TV show.
My number 5 is the Guess Who, American Woman, which I think is funny that it's American Woman in a Canadian thing. They're from Winnipeg, Manitoba, which does not surprise me. I actually think that amazing bands are from Winnipeg, Manitoba. So many. Anyway, I like this song a lot. Don't come hanging around my door. Don't want to see your face no more. I don't want your war machines. I don't need your ghetto scenes. It's kind of really like, get out of here.
It's like, hey, America, get out of Canada. Stay away from us, please.
Yeah, it's like Elbows Up, but like a long time ago. Yeah.
Great song. Great song. Great rocker song. One of the best rocker songs, classic rock songs of all time, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's Canadian. And it's got Burton Cummings and Randy Bachman.
What?
My number 4 is by a band from Toronto called Martha and the Muffins, and it's a song called Echo Beach. I love this song when it first came out. I was a little kid, I think, when this first came out. But it just still to this day kind of reminds me, if you're coming back from Toronto Island and you're looking at the skyline of Toronto and the surrealistic sight of all these buildings and the CN Tower, and it's got that line in the song. It's just kind of the beach where anybody can sort of find their peace, right? But they call it Echo Beach. I like the keyboards in here. They sound very kind of sitcom-y, and then the guitar is very B-52. Lyrics are kind of fun and funny, and I don't mind the saxophone, which normally annoys me, but I kind of like it in this song.
Yeah, I like this song a lot. I always loved this song. I was so happy it was on your list. My number 4 is by Tressa Levasseur.
Who?
Called Tressa Levasseur.
I know her. She's very famous.
And this song is called Amen. And she's from North Bay, so you know. And oh my gosh, I have funniest stories about that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. She plays piano, squeeze box, guitar, mandolin. This album was Low Fidelity, and it was in 2008. And I just love her voice so much. Like I just always did. Like it's so powerful and strong. And this song is really about a lot about her. I went to Uptown, uptight, uppity Catholic church with the priest like a parrot repeating himself from his perch. And so her dad was a Catholic priest, actually. And I've been to shows where she sang this, like at a big, like at Woodbine Beach. And people get upset at this song.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a really cool voice. As I was listening to it, I said this to you, it sounded like Tony Tennille from Captain and Tennille. Like I was like, which I love that voice.
I think you're right.
I love Captain Tennille. And I was listening to it going, she's got that voice, like that kind of full, almost kind of ABBA-esque quality to her voice that really carries like a full room kind of sound. My number three is by a band called the Tragically Hip. Have you heard of them before? And they're from Kingston, I hear. And it's a song called Fireworks. And this would probably be a weird song, I think, if you're a hip fan to be my favorite hip song, but it is. I love the lyrics in the song. I like the rhythm of the song. I like that it's all about being so blindly in love that you don't care about hockey anymore. You don't care about Cold Wars anymore. It's just like, no, I just care about this because that happens to all of us at some one point or another.
Yeah.
I also really like, because the song kind of has a basic rhythm to it, I like that there's a bridge in there where he's just sort of rambling and talking, and it's very odd to the song, but it makes it a little bit more less basic, I guess, for a rock and roll band.
Yeah.
But yeah, really great vocals, great lyrics as usual from him. Great hip song.
Number three for me is from the band, and it's called The Wait. Four of the five members are Canadian. So Robbie Robertson,
Good enough.
I love. Garth Hudson, Richard Manuel, Rick Danko, who his vocal is so melodic. I really love it. And Levon Helm, who's the drummer, who's from Arkansas. But, 80%. And his vocal is so gritty, and I love Levon Helm in this too. So I don't want to denigrate it entirely, but we are doing. It's really funny because this song, I love this song. It's a great song. It's a classic song, but it's really like Americana. It's almost like take a load off Fanny, and then put the load right on me. It's so Americana in some ways, but it's all Canadian.
My number two song is by a band called Men Without Hats, and it's a song called Safety Dance, and they're from Montreal, which is awesome. So just reading about this song, I'll get to my own personal opinion, but he was writing it because they were pogoing in clubs, and people were telling them, you can't dance like that in clubs. You got to be safer. And so they're like, no one's going to tell us how to dance. We're going to do whatever we want. And Safety Dance sort of came out of that. I think this is an awesome dance new wave song for sure. It's, I think, one of the best songs of the 80s worldwide, one of the best songs. It just feels really fresh and full every time you hear it, and it just makes you want to get up and dance. I love it.
Okay, number two for me on my list is Spirit of the West, Home for a Rest.
Okay.
Yeah, Vancouver. They're from Vancouver, sort of folk rock. From the 90s. Jeffrey Kelly and John Mann, both songwriters. Now I love this song. I always loved it. If you ever went to a New Year's Eve party in any time in the 90s or 2000s, this always comes on to dance around 12:30, right? This is just a drinking man song every New Year's Eve, these so-called vacations will soon be my death. I'm so sick from the drink. I need home for a rest.
Yeah. That's really fun song.
And then the screaming, right?
Screaming was awesome in that. Yeah. That sort of made the song to me because it was, in general, just kind of like an Irish little jig.
Yeah.
Maritime Irish jig, and then the screaming sort of took me out of it. It was cool. So my number one is by one of my favorite Canadian artists of all time, Joni Mitchell, from Fort Macleod, Alberta. Who knew?
Not surprised.
And it's a song called Morning Morgantown. I don't know. I've just always felt like this song feels like that movie Pleasantville, where everyone gets up and gets on the bus and everyone's polite and they wave. It just sort of seems like the calm before the storm place to me. The whole idea of the lyrics, I always thought was about someone sort of coming near the end of their life, and they're trying to enjoy all the mundane things in life and find, love and feeling it special just by riding a bus or having a tea at a cafe or winking at a stranger, all those kind of fun things. So kind of a sad song, but kind of a happy vibe about it.
My number one song. So it's by Arcade Fire, and it's called Everything Now, from their 2017 album. They're from Montreal, and they formed in 2001 in the indie scene in Montreal. They went to school together. The only thing to expect from Arcade Fire, they say, is the unexpected. I love this because the synth, the strings, the choir, the drums, the flute, the bass, like there's everything. Like it's like an orchestra. I love the everything now. Everything now. It's such a build. It's like it builds itself to this crescendo, this song. Yeah. I love it.
Okay, so now we're on to our favorite Canadian album of all time. So Nikki, what is your favorite Canadian album of all time?
They're from Toronto. They're very Toronto. They're indie rockers, kind of alt indie rockers.
Okay.
They're called Lowest of the Low.
Oh, I know them.
Album is Shakespeare My Butt. And I just freaking love this. So the people in this band were, like, you would probably know, Ron Hawkins was the lead singer. It's really a cool album. Everything's about Toronto. Everything's super localized. So, you know, lots of the songs are like, you know, about the streetcar, or I was at Bathurst Street at 9. And like, just like, it's very local like that. And a lot of it's about love, and a lot of it's about sort of loss and heartache and Toronto, and just sitting in bars and having a drink or having some waffles. Amazing. Cool. There's beautiful songs on it. Rosie and Grim, Salesman, Cheats and Liars. There's so many. And it really just dealt with your sort of local Toronto scene.
I went with Joni Mitchell, Blue.
Okay.
Which is her most famous album. It's got a lot of big hits on it. It's got Carrie on it, California, This Flight Tonight. It's sort of the transformative Joni Mitchell album, I guess. And of course, I'm reading about it, and there's a guy named Carrie that she meets on a beach and works at the Mermaid Cafe, and he's a real guy, and she gives up her sort of fame to go live with this guy like a bum. And then she's like, I got to get back to, you know, reality with nice perfume and grand pianos and stuff like that. But I thought that was kind of the best choice I could come up with.
Yeah.
Of something I did like. And there's certainly enough songs in there that I go,
yeah,
I love half this album. So
yeah, it's a great choice. That's a great choice. And I know you love Joni, and like that, why not pick that? It's a great album.
Okay, so let's get on to our most iconic, ultimate Canadian song of all time, which doesn't necessarily mean that we like it.
Right.
Right? But it means that we think it is the song of Canada.
Okay.
Nikki, go ahead. What is your song?
So I picked Heart of Gold by Neil Young.
Okay. I looked at that.
What?
That was my second choice.
What?
That's so good. Okay.
Yeah. And he's from Winnipeg, you know, and the 60s, and, you know, everybody knows who Neil Young is. I've seen Neil Young a couple of times. Piano, harmonica, his high tenor voice. Folk rock, you know, I mean, it was number one in Canada and the US, the song.
My number one, and I'll keep it kind of short, is Tragically Hip, and it's a song called Bob Cajun.
Yeah.
I always think this is so Canadian, so Ontario maybe, more than anything. It's talking about how great it is to be at the cottage and how calm and wonderful and peaceful, and then you're in the chaos of Toronto. Like, it's mentioning both. It's just so Canadian, Ontario.
Don't forget to like, comment, or share. Or just don't do it. You think I care? 'Cause I don't.
Okay, Nick. So what did you think of our trip down Canadiana Lane?
I liked it, actually. Like, I realized I do like a lot of Canadian bands. I could have picked so many other ones. The Weeknd.
Celine Dion.
Yeah. Great Big Sea. I like Great Big Sea. Like, there's so many. I actually could have picked a lot of different bands.
Okay. So that wraps up our Canadiana. Hey?
Ready
nice
back to hockey.
Yeah.
I can't wait to take this off. It's so hot.
Must be. I had the same thing on and I took it off. Okay. See you later, Nick.
Bye.